Hey, Braden, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm making bread, but you can't have any.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry, it's my bread.
Oh, well, okay, I guess you're free to do what you want with your bread.
Welcome to the Bible Story Podcast. My name is Braden.
My name is John Drabert, and we work at Covenant Bay Bible Camp.
Yes, and we are very excited to welcome you guys here, not only for this podcast, but for Summer Camp 2023. All of our registrations are open. Family camp, day camp, summer camp, applications, all of it. All the good stuff.
We are so excited.
Yeah, we really are. So come out. We want to see you guys here. Invite a friend. Bring your family. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss out.
All right, youth leaders, mentors, I've got something really important for you. Now, deep inside the laboratories of Covenant Bay, we are developing some incredibly new technologies just for you.
Okay, well, first of all, we're hardly tech people.
Barely?
Barely. And there is no laboratory on site here. There's no scientific or laboratory thing that I am aware of. John is right. We have come up with something new, but it is not involving technology or a laboratory that I am aware of. So we're going to announce something in the next coming weeks specifically for youth leaders, youth mentors, people that work and care for youth.
Yeah, we've been listening to a lot of youth leaders, and we are just so burdened by some of your challenges and more so your desire to help children and youth grow in a relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Follow us on all of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, that's where you'll find out more information. Or head to covenantbay.ca, that's where we will also add any information that you will need to know. Another really good way to stay in touch with us is our prayer and update videos that come out once per month, and that's also where you can learn about all the new stuff.
Yeah.
I guess the laboratory.
No sneak peek at any laboratory this week because there is none. All right, so last week we learned some stuff about journeying together in freedom, and it was some pretty important lessons for us. Now, this week we are going to continue in Galatians, and we're in chapter 5, verses 1 through 15.
We're almost done, Galatians, right?
Yeah, there's like chapter 5 and then chapter 6. And
feels like we've been in forever.
I don't know.
It's actually been, I've really enjoyed it.
It's been good, yes.
So yeah, we're still journeying along with Paul, and he continues to talk about freedom in this passage, and it's really important. So if you have yet to read Galatians chapter 5, verses 1 to 15, now would be a great time to do so. So Paul continues on talking about freedom, and the big idea here for this week is that you are called to live in freedom.
Now, how we use this freedom is essential, and it is exactly what Paul is talking about in this passage.
Yeah. He essentially says that you can use this freedom for the good of yourself or in a self-serving way, or you can use it for the good of others, for the grand scheme of things, for the goodness of people.
So, Braden, how did this bread turn out?
It turned out really good. I found a new recipe. It makes sliced bread.
That's unbelievable. Okay, we know that Braden isn't actually a baker. And we know that he is anything but selfish.
Paul talks specifically about some certain ideas that can lead us astray from the truth of Jesus Christ. These things will eventually dismantle and destroy us as individuals and as larger communities.
Like a little yeast that spreads through the entire dough, a wrong idea or a false teaching can spread through a group and mess everyone up. So you are called to live in freedom. Now, don't use this freedom for your own selfish gain. It can really get out of control really quickly, and you can end up finding yourself in some sinful patterns and situations. Don't live like the world. Use your freedom in other ways.
Use your freedom to serve others. Paul says it really well, and it's to love your neighbor. So love other people. Use that freedom to choose to treat people well, to encourage them, to build the Christ-like community.
Freedom that is used to love others will build up the entire community. And that community includes you.
Growth tip time. Growth tip time. A growth tip is a way for all of us to grow in a relationship with Jesus Christ. That includes you, that includes us, and everyone who is listening. Okay, so we're really excited about what Paul is teaching us here, and he is talking specifically about freedom. Now, that's actually the freedom to choose to live the way that we would want to. Paul gives us the choice, or reminds us that we have a choice freely given, that we get to choose how we live in that freedom. He encourages us then to use that freedom to choose to love others, to encourage others around us. So here's what we would like you to do. It is to take some time to serve other people around you, people in your community, friends, family, people you maybe have never met.
But there's a catch. Actually, there's 3 catches.
There's always a catch.
There's always a catch. Now, it has to be subtle, right? Or at the very least, it needs to be understated. We don't want you going around announcing to the entire world that you are now doing something super nice for somebody.
Yeah, that defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Number 2 is it should be someone in your community. That can be someone really close to you or someone who maybe you don't talk to all that often, but it should be someone that you kind of see or live life with on a regular rhythm.
Finally, it should be something out of the ordinary. Now, if you go to school and you give a hug or a high five or a greeting to your friend, that's kind of ordinary. It needs to be something out of the ordinary that you wouldn't normally do so that they take notice and say, that was really nice.
Yeah, something that feels different. Okay, John, can you give us an example? Because we gave a lot of rules to this one.
Yeah, we did give a lot of catches, as we called them. Now, I had somebody who I've been having some conversations with over the last few months, and they were pretty significant conversations. And this person sent me a card, and they put a little gift certificate in it, and they just said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate your friendship and the conversations that we've had." And it actually meant a ton to me. I don't usually get kind of teary-eyed, but this one I got a little choked up at. And so that was quite a significant gesture that they did for me.
That's great. Very encouraging.
Yeah, so my address is...
No.
Just jokes.
All right. So on that note, before John gives us all his address, we want to thank you guys for joining us here today. It's really encouraging for us just to be able to do this, talk to you guys in this way, and we encourage you to share that love and encouragement.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks so much for being around and watching this with us and dialoguing with your friends. We appreciate it. Remember, there is nothing more important than a growing relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We'll see you guys here next week. You are called to live in freedom.
Now, you are watching the discussion episode for the previous episode that you just watched. And here's a little recap. Paul challenges the readers to use their freedom, the freedom that we all have, to love others, and not just for their own personal gain.
He warns people about how an idea that is taught contrary or despite Christ's truth can really spread and infiltrate, and kind of like bread, yeast in bread, it kind of spreads and takes over and can be really dangerous.
So before we get into questions, we want you guys to be honest, and we want you to be transparent about your answers, your thoughts, and go beyond the intellectual and surface level answer and get into the heart of the matter. You'll gain so much more as a result.
Yeah. Question number 1, we have the freedom to choose to love other people. Now, that's not always easy, and sometimes, as Paul said, that can be a self-serving type of love. It can also be a love that serves other people, that encourages the people around us. So I want you to take a moment and think about what kind of love you have right now. Is it self-serving? Are you in relationships with people? Are you sharing love just to get something in return? Or are you truly giving them a sacrificial type of love, something that reflects the way Christ loves us? Hit pause and discuss.
Bad ideas and false teachings have a way of spreading like yeast in dough. Now, What ideas are entering and endangering Christian communities? Hit pause and share.
You are called to live your life out in freedom by loving others. What sort of changes would you like to see in yourself as you love your family, your friends, your community around you? Hit pause and share. Thank you all for sharing. We love being here with you.
Yeah, be sure to pray with one another, and don't just encourage each other before you leave. That's good. But get your numbers of your friends and your family who you need to encourage throughout this week, and give them some love.
Yeah, we're really praying for you guys that you are able to love those around you really well this week, that you encourage others and you yourself are encouraged. Take care.